Hello, boys and girls. How are you this evening? I'm so glad you joined me tonight for Pajama Prayers. I'm always so happy when you join me. I hope you had a great week. Let's see, if you were a very good listener this week, I would like for you to do something for me. I would like for you to take your hand and give yourself a pat on the back. Can you do that? Good. Now let's see, if you were kind this week, let's give yourself a pat on the back, just like that. And what about one more? If you were a good helper, were you a good helper this week? I hope so. If you were, give yourself a pat on the back. Good for you. I'm so glad. I hope everybody got to at least give themselves a pat on the back once. That means you had a great week. All right, so we're going to get started tonight with our hello game, like we always play. We have our puzzle tonight and our cute little letters that I absolutely love that fit in the puzzle somewhere, and you will help me match those up. And what we're going to do, when I tell you, you're going to air write the first letter in your first name. For example, my name is Joy. So when my letter comes up, when I pull the J and I say for you to do this, you are going to take your finger like it's a piece of chalk and make your letter in the air, just like that. Could you tell that was a J? That was one of my very best air J's. All right, here we go. Let's see, let's pull a letter. This is the letter B. It should go right there, A, B. Good. Now I have the letter T. T is kind of at the end of the alphabet, so let's see, S, T. Good. And here is the letter S, and S comes just before T, so that was easy. Put that right there. Let's see what my next letter is going to be. This is the letter H. So can you help me find it? Let's see. Right here, the letter H. Let's put that in. Let's grab another one. The letter Y. Very good. You knew that one, didn't you? The letter Y. And it's going down because it's at the end of the alphabet. So it's going down right there. And let's pick two more letters. Let's do this letter. Oh, this is the letter R. Where would that be? K-L-M-O-P-Q. R, right here. And the next one is, oh, boys and girls, the letter J, like my name. Let's put it right there. All right, take a close look. All the letters that I've pulled out here, if your first name begins with any of these letters, you're going to take your finger and you are going to air write that letter on the count of 3. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. That was my letter J, because there's the J. All right, so let's take these off. Let's get ready for some more friends to be able to write their letter. Let's see. put these back behind our board. And let's choose some more. Our first letter is the letter K. A, B, C, D, E, F, H, I, J, K. Right there is the letter K. And now I have the letter Z. Z is the very last letter in the alphabet, and I'm putting it right there. That one was an easy one. We have the letter M, and that's going to go right, L, M. Let's do the letter E, and that's going, yep, right up there. The letter O, let's see, M, N, O, right there. What comes next, I wonder? Oh, it's like a O, but it's a Q, isn't it? Let's see, O, P, Q. We're going to do two more. We're going to do the letter I, like ice cream. That sounds yummy. I could have some ice cream right now. It would be so good. I, let's see, F, G, H, I. And, oh, one more. The letter W. And that's towards the end of the alphabet, and we're going to put that there. So take a look. E, I, K, M, O, Q, W, or Z. If your letter, the letter in your first name begins with any of these, you're going to air write it. I'm going to pretend that my name is beginning with a W this time, just to show you so I can help you. Are you ready? On three. 1, 2, 3. Very good. You are very good at air writing your letters. Wow. We're going to take these off. We have one more set to do, so if you haven't seen your letter yet, don't be discouraged. It's coming, I promise you. All right, here we go. The letter C goes there. The letter X at the end of the alphabet, it goes there. The letter N goes there, I think. Maybe I better turn it around. Perfect. The letter G goes there. I have a D. We'll put it there. The letter F at the beginning, and it's over here just before G, E, F, G. P, O, P. The letter L, right there. The letter A, which is the very first letter in the alphabet, you're right. It goes up here. It's the beginning of the alphabet. The letter V, and that's towards the end, right here. And our last letter is the letter U. Take a close look. If your first name begins with any of these letters, you are going to take your finger and air write that letter when I say 3. And I'm going to again pretend my name starts with a D. All right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. How was that? Very good. A good job you did, boys and girls. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and take the whole puzzle off now instead of removing those letters. And we'll just put this puzzle right back here. And we are going to talk about something tonight. I was thinking this week, looking at my calendar, and I realized that it is about time for school to start. Now, some of you will be going back to school, but some of you have never been to school before, and this will be your first time going to school. And you know, that means that we're going to have to make some new friends. And making friends sometimes can be just a little bit scary. So I thought what I would do tonight is I would teach you a little bit about friends. First of all, what is a friend? Let's start by answering that question. I have a couple of cards that will help you. A friend is someone that makes things more fun. That's pretty simple, huh? Somebody that just makes things more fun. A friend is also, friends help each other. They help each other. That's a friend. And the last thing I'm going to tell you is friends, and this is very important, friends make each other better. They make you a better you. They bring out the good in you, and that's what a friend does. So, thinking on those things, I thought that we would talk about some things that go together, some things that make something better, kind of like a friend. So, here we go. We go together. We're going to title this. And then I have some pictures. I have the picture of a fireman. I have the picture of some milk, some syrup, some jelly. I have a picture of some rain, a fire truck. Can you see those? You might not be able to see those way down there. Pancakes, salsa. Let's do pancakes up there. Chips right here, an umbrella there, some cereal there, and peanut butter. Can you see those? All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to put them together and see who's going to be the best friend, all right? So let's see, we'll take some of these off, okay? And let's start with these. Let's see who would make the best friends for these. I think for the fireman, right off the bat, a fire truck. A fire truck and a fireman would make really good friends, wouldn't they? All right, let's see, syrup. Would rain make a good friend for syrup? Nah, I don't think so. How about peanut butter? Would peanut butter be the best friend for syrup? Would peanut butter make syrup better? It might taste okay together, but I don't think it would be the best friend. What about pancakes? Oh, yes. Pancakes and syrup. They would make the best friends. All right, we have one more here. Milk. What would be a good friend for milk? Let me think. What about milk and salsa? No, I don't think that's a good combination at all. In fact, that kind of feels bad just thinking about it. How about milk and rain? Would they go together? I don't think so. I don't think rain would make milk any better. But I do have one that I remember we had here, and it is cereal. Milk and cereal. They go together so deliciously and they make each other better. Cereal is better with milk and milk is good with cereal. So let's remove these and we have just a couple of more we're going to do. We're going to put our rain up here. We're going to put our salsa up here and we're going to put our peanut butter here. Now, let's see, I have chips. Can you help me out? Which one would chips go with to make them better? Peanut butter? You think? Nah, Probably not. What about salsa? Oh yes, that's an easy one. Chips and salsa. Now they go together nicely. They make each other better. They'd be very good friends, very, very good friends. What about jelly? Yep, jelly and peanut butter, they would be the best of friends, wouldn't they? And lastly, rain. A good friend for rain would be umbrella. Yes, exactly. So do you understand what I'm talking about? They go together, and that's what a friend is. Someone that we go together with someone that just makes us a better us. And our story tonight is about friendship and about finding a friend. The name of our book is Side by Side. And it is about a little mouseling that's very lonely, and she's looking for a friend. Along comes a friend, and it's a voyle. Now I need to tell you about that word. It's a new vocabulary word. A voyle is kind of like a mouse, only it's a little bit chunkier. It has shorter ears and a shorter tail. So what I want you to do is I want you to listen very carefully to this story about friendship. Get settled down and get comfortable. And let's go to the story door.
Side by Side by Rachel Bright, illustrated by Debbie Cleore. Deep in the heart of Winter Mouse Wood, down in the grass where the autumn trees stood, lived all kinds of creatures, some big and some small, some spiky, some furry, some short, and some tall. And here was a family of mouserly folk who nestled in burrow holes under an oak. And the teeniest, weeniest, youngest of those, who had sticky out ears and a whiskerly nose, was named Little Mouseling. She had a huge heart. She loved times together, not ever apart. But being so small, she was sometimes left out when her brothers and sisters went up and about. She would scurry and skip as fast as she could, but they scattered so far across Winter Mouse Wood. "Wait for me," she would sing. "Don't run, oh, don't hide. Is there nobody here who will sit by my side?" Well, in Winter Mouse Wood, you don't have to wait long for one or another to answer your song. "I'll stay by your side, be a friend when you need," came the voice of Toad Flip, who was down in the reeds. "We could bounce up and down and do backflips and jumps, then plop in the water and cool down our rumps." "How lovely," she said, since she longed to dive in. "I do like to bounce, but this mouseling can't swim." From high in the branches a voice echoed down. "Well, then I'll be your friend," bellowed Big Squirrel Brown. "We can pack up a picnic of hazelnut pie, go up side by side till we're touching the sky." "You're too kind," Mouseling replied. "We'd have such a nice time, and I do like nut pie, but I'm too scared to climb." Owl Hooty, she wanted to soar through the sky, but as everyone knows, of course, mouselings can't fly. Batty Fangs, he wanted to stay up till dawn, but even the thought of it made Mouseling yawn. She stared at the sky with her eyes big and wide. Would she ever find one who would stay by her side? And as dark came in shadows and rain dropped in drips, the mouseling ran out of her scurries and skips. So she sat very quiet in her silvery fur. No one seemed perfectly matched for her. It seemed in this world she was out on her own. Deep in Winter Mouse Wood she felt quite alone. But someone had heard her side-by-side song, someone who'd been around all along. He popped up his head from a very small hole, a tiny full, weenimus little black vole. He was awfully quiet and terribly shy, but he couldn't hear Mousely's tears and stand by. He peeped, "I'll be your friend," and he gave her a wink. "Shall we dance ourselves happy? What do you think?" "We could make up some songs," he said, stroking his chin. "Perhaps all of the wood will want to join in." Oh, this was her other. They'd make a great pair. If only she'd noticed he'd always been there. And now that they'd met, there was so much to do. They could do all the things you can do as a two. They could seesaw, play catch, and sit back to back. They could hide in their den and share a nice snack. They could sit and hold paws until daylight was gone. Yes, two little tails are much better than one. They were peas in a pod. They were birds of a feather. They were always best friends, whatever the weather. Two wonderful ones had found a forever, and forever is great when you spend it together. And now, side by side, they heard the same tune, so they sang to the stars and they danced to the moon. Yes, deep in the heart of Winter Mouse Wood, a friend by your side makes life twice as good. The end.
Boys and girls, have you ever felt like Mouseling? Have you ever been kind of lonely? Have you ever felt like you didn't really have a friend and you just wanted a friend so badly? I have. You just feel kind of lonely and you need someone to make things better, someone to help out, and all the things that a friend does. I want us to think just a minute about Voyle too. The book tells us that he was terribly shy. Now we know what that means. That means that he was kind of quiet, he got embarrassed easily, he didn't really like to talk in front of people and things like that. All of those things come with kind of being shy. And the story says that Voyle was shy. Stop for just a minute and think about how courageous Voyle was to actually step out of his comfort zone to make a friend with Mouseling. He was very brave and courageous, wasn't he? And sometimes it takes a lot of courage to make a new friend. But it's a good idea. It sure is. The Bible talks about friendship. I want us to open our Bible to the book of Proverbs. It's in the middle of the Bible. Proverbs, and we're going to look at the 27th chapter and the 9th verse. And this is what it says. It says, "A sweet friendship refreshes the soul." Can you say that with me? A sweet friendship refreshes the soul. And refreshes just means that it gives it kind of fresh energy again. And that's what a sweet friendship does according to the Bible. We're going to bow our heads and we're going to pray and we're going to ask Jesus to help us as we make new friends, that we'll have the courage to do it and that we won't be shy. Bow your heads with me, please. Father in heaven, we thank you so much for your love. We want to say that we love you with all of our hearts. Now we ask you, as we're getting ready for school, getting ready to go to school, maybe for the first time, or go back to the classroom, that you will help us be bold and that you will help us to make sweet friendships. In the name of Jesus, we ask this. Amen. Boys and girls, thanks for joining me. I love it that you're with me. If you miss any of our Pajama Prayers episodes, you can Google it on YouTube, Pajama Prayers with PJ, and you can find them and you can watch them, and you can watch them over and over again as many times as you would like. So thank you for joining us tonight. Turn to someone there with you and say, you are worth more than you know, capable of more than you think, and loved more than you can imagine. Boys and girls, I love you to pieces. Have a great week.